Hello everyone and welcome to number 37. We're almost done, you guys, almost done. And the last few are kind of the funnest and the nicest. So speaking of fun, today you might want a block to help you out with one interesting variation on a even interestinger pose. And that's probably about maybe a blanket or something like that. Yeah. So let's get started. The sooner we start, the sooner we can do the fun and interesting pose that I'm very excited about. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because we're just going to get started. So finding Vinyasa child's pose or whatever other centering posture that you choose. And take those few moments to really get settled in. Try to contain your excitement about some fun poses coming. And allow yourself to be in the present moment. So whatever you were experiencing before class, whatever will arrive after, just let that all float away. I actually like to even visualize as I'm kind of cocooning in my child's pose, all thoughts just sort of floating up and away, helping the mind quiet and allowing myself to really enjoy this moment. Taking the time to feel that relaxation that you get to enjoy right now, knowing that this hour is just for you to get healthier and stronger on the inside and out. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice, picking one benefit of yoga that you really wish to cultivate. And then a few slow, deep breaths through the nose. And then slowly start to press yourself all the way up and back to that first downward facing dog. Taking all the time you need to get set up, maybe walk it out a little. And then send the feet forward all the way to the top of your mat, landing in a forward fold. Decompressing the spine, including the neck, so softening there. And slowly ragdoll all the way up one vertebra at a time. And then come on up to the top of your mat, heels and toes together, wide across the collarbones, and we'll begin. Inhale, arms go way up high. Exhale, gliding forward, nice and smooth. Inhale for flat back. Exhale, down, heading back through plank. And lowering chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Slow deep breathing, shoulders away from the ears, trying to get some of that weight forward into the palms. And send the feet forward. Inhaling for a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high. And exhale to a tall mountain. And again, inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, back through plank and lower. Inhale, wide open shoulders. And exhale, downward facing dog. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Send the feet forward. Inhaling for flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale to a tall mountain. Just one more to get warmed up. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, back through plank and lower. Inhale up. And exhale, downward dog. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Send the feet forward. Inhaling for flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high. Exhaling to a tall mountain. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, back to a strong plank, lowering chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale, downward dog. From here, let's take a 3-legged down dog, right leg sweeps to the sky. Just a moment here to feel that nice stretch on the left leg. Then preparing for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, right foot steps forward, back heel spins down and come on up. A nice strong Warrior 1. Not too long since we're not super warmed up yet. Couple deep breaths. Drawing the right hip back, left hip forward, but creating lots of space in the waist. Opening up Warrior 2. Full deep breathing. Left arm right behind you. Right arm straight ahead. From here, preparing for extended side angle. Inhale to lengthen. We can always lower the forearm to the thigh. If you want to bind this one, though, it's a really nice variation. So either grabbing a strap or just binding as close as you can. Right arm through. Left arm behind. Opening up the heart to the sky. Breathing as deeply as you can. and back up. Preparing for Utthita Trikonasana triangle pose. So shortening up that stance a little bit. Long through the waist. Legs are straight. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And then tipping, tipping, tipping. Getting that nice stretch in the inseam of the right leg. Maybe a little bit in the hamstrings too. Opening up heart. Square to the side wall. Holding this one just a little bit longer. Be sure there's a bit of weight in that bottom arm to protect the low back. And thinking of neutral spine. It's a little bit challenging when you're sideways to think, what's happening with my spine? We tend to banana a bit. So it's almost like you're trying to come up with the shoulders, but not with the rest of the body. Belly scoops in, come on all the way up. And we'll windmill down through lunge. And remember your options, either child's pose or downward dog or a full vinyasa back through plank. Lowering chaturanga. Inhaling up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Other side starting with three-legged. So left leg sweeps to the sky, feeling a nice stretch on the right leg. And stepping up forward for warrior one. Back heel spins down, come on up. And squaring up those hips best as you can. Long through the waist. Bending deep. Feeling that nice stretch in the back hip. Thinking all the way back to close to the beginning of our challenge. If you press down into that front heel, you can feel the glute working more than the quads. The quads want to take over. I know mine are like, no, I can do it. They're like having a fight. My glutes are like, all right, I'll do it. It's fine. But my quads are like, no, I can. They talk like that. They do. Open up to warrior two. Little heel toe. Shuffling the feet as needed. For that heel to arch alignment, arms up in a T. Bending deep. That's 2. 3. 4. And 5. Heading into extended side angle. So if you're binding, go ahead and bind. Do the same variation on the second side as you did the first. Opening up the heart to the sky. And fall over a little, apparently. Come on all the way back up. Preparing for Utthita Trikonasana triangle pose. So shortening up that stance a little bit. And when you're ready, the legs are super straight, arms in a T, reaching. And nice and slow. Tipping. Placing a little bit of weight onto that left hand. Lengthening through the left leg and through the spine. Belly scoops in, coming all the way up. Windmilling down through lunge, remembering our options. For that extra challenge, stepping up back to plank, lowering chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale, downward dog. We'll head into three-legged once again. Right leg sweeps. And from here, heading into, let's go to warrior two straight away. So right foot steps forward, back heel spins down, and we windmill all the way up. Whoosh. You're like, how did you do that? Just kind of heel toe into the warrior two position. No big deal. From here, preparing for triangle once again, because I want to be nice and flexible in all those areas before we head into super fun pose. So Going into triangle once again, shortening up your stance, reaching, reaching, reaching. See if you can reach a little bit further than the last time. Tipping, tipping, tipping. Same thing again, a few deep breaths. See if you can open up the heart just a little bit more. And belly scoops in, come on all the way up. From here, heading into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So this is where you might want your block. If you are feeling a little bit tighter in that right leg, find a block and place it just in front of your front foot. And then whenever you're ready, I like to step it in just a little and then transfer the weight to the right foot or to the front foot so that there's hardly any weight on my back toes. They're just there for show. Trying to be as open and square to the long edge of the mat as possible. Belly scooping in. If you're going to fall, it's better to fall forward. And then the other thing to know is it's better to keep that supporting leg straight. So if you lift that back leg up and you only go to here, that's still half moon. That still counts. If you want to keep going, reaching, 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 left leg goes up, right fingertips to the floor, but try not to have too much weight on those fingertips, really pressing into that supporting foot, and then everything else lifts up. Breathing deep for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale to lengthen even more. And belly scoops in. We come on all the way up. And back to warrior 2, little baby one. Windmill down through lunge. Remember your options, child's pose, downward dog, or for extra challenge, a vinyasa, back through plank, lowering chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, left leg sweeps. Stepping up forward all the way to warrior 2. So left foot forward, back heel down, windmill up. Shuffling feet as needed to find yourself in your warrior 2. And then I like to make a little baby warrior 2. And then preparing for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So we transfer all that weight onto the left foot, and the right toes are just barely touching the floor. When you're ready, tipping, 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 left fingertips towards the floor. Maybe they don't go very far. Maybe they do. Wait and see, belly scoops in. Trying not to have too much weight on those bottom fingertips. Breathing deep. For 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, come on all the way back up. Windmill down through lunge. Remembering our options, child's pose, down dog, or extra challenge vinyasa, back through plank. Lowering chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Once again, 3-legged right leg sweeps. Come on back to warrior 2. Right foot steps forward, back heel spins down. We come all the way up. Same thing again, half moon. So heel toe, shuffling it to a baby warrior 2. Here we go. This is where it gets kind of fun. Transfer the weight. When you're ready, you can sort of see I'm kind of like, wah. The reason why I keep doing that is because I am not using my core. Pausing for just a moment. I don't want to do like a whole big spiel about core, but the idea in yoga is you're not like steel, right? There has to be a little bit of give in your belly for so many reasons. Like it's not actually healthy to pull the pelvic floor up and pull the belly in like 100% all the time. Like you have organs and things in here. So it's sort of an ebb and a flow. Right now, like when you're in warrior 2, yeah, scoop it in a little. But when you're heading into half moon, you would scoop it in maybe a little bit stronger, right? So stronger core. Mine is clearly not enough because I'm like, woo. So we want to use the core enough, but not overdoing it. Sorry for the small tangent, but I feel like that's important. Here we go, half moon. Ready? And nice and smooth, heading down. Extra challenge, bend the top leg. See if you can find those toes for bound half moon. Couple deep breaths. If you can no-hand it, that's fun too. Breathing deep. That's apparently too much fun for Carla. To come out, we extend the leg and coming back up. All the way up. And once again, we windmill down through lunge. Remember your options, child's pose, downward dog, or back through plank. Lowering chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. For the same strangeness on the left leg sweeps for three-legged. Stepping up forward, back heel spins down, and we sweep up. From here, we prepare for half moon on the left. And I always do that. So not enough core, Carla. Scoop the belly in. We want a fairly strong core for balance types of poses. For handstands, we want a really strong core. But for this one, pretty strong. Here we go. Left fingertips reach towards the floor. Maybe they reach, maybe they don't. Reaching, stretching with the top leg. Bending the top leg. See if you can find those toes. And then for extra fun and adventure, see if you can do a no-handed half moon. Extra fun. And then to come out, we release that top foot, extending, and then we come all the way up. Windmill down through lunge, back through plank, lowering chaturanga. Inhale up, and exhale, downward facing dog. That was it, guys. Wasn't that fun? No-handed half moon. That's insane. Okay, from here, gliding forward to plank. All we're doing is right knee to nose, back to plank. Left knee to nose, back to plank. So you can either just sort of march it out like this, or you can run, whichever you prefer. Keep going. Obviously, take breaks whenever you need to. Breathing deep through the nose. I'm actually feeling my feet almost more than anything else getting stronger, which is kind of cool. And slowing it down. And lower through hands and knees. And all the way back to child's pose. A couple deep breaths. Not for too long. Heading up and back to downward dog. If you'd like a little extra break, heading into child's pose now. If you want extra challenge, we'll do one full vinyasa between poses. So send the feet forward. Inhaling for flat back. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale to mountain. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale flat back. Exhale down. Back through plank. And lower. Inhale up. And exhale. Downward facing dog. And send the feet forward. Inhaling for flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale to a tall mountain. From here, a little bit of cardio. So we march. Or extra challenge, little jog. For some reason, this is like my favorite lately for some reason. I feel like it's working the calves. So multitasking, I like multitasking. That's probably why. Keep going. Remember, you can slow it down. Marching. No problems at all. If available, close the eyes. Trying to breathe through the nose the whole time. If you're not able to continue breathing through the nose, slow it down. More important to breathe through the nose than it is to go faster. Last few moments. Walking it out, marching, slowing it down. And come on up to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, heading back to plank. And lowering chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale. Downward facing dog or child's pose. For 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Send the feet forward. Inhaling for flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high. And exhale to a tall mountain. From here, heading into another little cardio exercise that I quite like. I'll start flipping our timer. So from here, arms can be out to the sides if you like. We hop or jump. No, those are the same. Step or hop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a little more ambitious. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. See if you can keep your eyes closed and stay on your map. Remember, you can always slow it down and jump back in when you can. Home stretch. And slowing it down, marching. Slow, deep breathing through the nose. And come on up to the top of your mat. Slowing it down. Take a moment to put your hands on your heart and just feel your heart beating. Close your eyes. I always think that's so cool when you can like feel it slowing down. And feeling the calmness within. Still keep your eyes closed for a few more moments. Feel all that energy you created. Last few moments, pull the pelvic floor up, scoop the belly in. Standing up tall, tuck the chin. Still feel your heart beating. All that energy. We've just done like a triple walk. Let all that energy stays within you and grows. And release all the way to Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, back through plank and lower. Inhale up. Exhale down. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Send the feet forward. Inhaling for flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high. And exhale to a tall mountain. From here, an exercise that's a bit new. I quite like it. It's for the shoulders and the arms. I don't have a lot of headspace above my head. But what we do is we raise the arms up. My palms are together. So the arms are as straight as available, palms together. And then we bend and straighten. That's it. Bend, straighten. Keep going. Bend, straight. Bend, straight. When you bend the elbows, the shoulders will go down. When you straighten them, they will go up. And that's okay. Don't focus too much on the shoulders. Just thinking, arms go up, arms bend, arms go up, arms bend. Keep going. Breathing through the nose. Maybe closing the eyes, see if you can stay on spot. Just so you can see what my arms are doing. You can do this too, kneeling. Maybe placing, sitting the hips back down onto the heels maybe, if that feels comfortable. Or even just kneeling. Or maybe standing's better. Keep going. As always, taking rest anytime you need to, and then jumping back in when you can. Breathing deep. In the home stretch. Last few moments. And then reaching, 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 reaching. And release. It doesn't look like that was a lot, does it? Letting the arms be a little bit jello. And then, if you were kneeling, let's head to downward dog. If you were standing, heading into mountain pose. And then we'll all meet in mountain pose in just a moment. If you're in down dog, send the feet forward, inhaling for flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high. Exhale to a tall mountain. Little vinyasa. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale, down back through plank. And lower. Inhale up. And exhale. Downward facing dog. For 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. From here, lowering through hands and knees. And we head into the stretching section of our class today, which is just lovely. We'll head into gecko. So I'm going to get my blanket handy here. And from hands and knees, just stepping that right foot forward. Left knee lowers back onto your blanket or your mat. Popping those back toes off the floor, finding those toes. Few deep breaths. Let's do 5. Nice and slow. For 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Nice and slow, release those toes. Either just change up sides nice and slow, or for extra challenge, stepping it back to plank, lowering chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, downward dog. Other side, you can lower through hands and knees first. Right knee back onto your blanket or your sticky mat. Left foot is forward, finding those toes. For 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Nice and slow. Releasing those toes. Same options. Either just back to a child's pose or a down dog, or back through plank. Lowering chaturanga. Inhaling up. And exhale, downward dog. From here, heading into high dragons, yin style. So this is interesting because we're holding for a little bit longer like we do in yin, but we're warm. Sometimes in yin, we're not warm. We don't like do cardio and warm up the body. So this is sort of the best of both worlds. Now, if you want a block or need a block, finding your blocks. I really like blocks for this pose. Right foot forward, back knee lowers down to your mat or your squishy thing. And then, here we go. Lowering the hips down towards the floor. And we just hang out here. See if you can even close the eyes. I find it personally almost more challenging to get into that stretchy bit after a Vinyasa style class because it's almost like it's different than the gym, right? Yoga, you build energy throughout the class. So now I feel like I've got lots of energy. I feel like I just had a hit of caffeine or something. And then now I have to sit there. So I feel kind of like a child told to sit there. And I'm like, I don't want to. So what I like to do, and you can do this as well, is slow deep breathing through the nose and close the eyes. Closing the eyes is really helpful to eliminate things in the outside world. Traditional yoga is done, asana practice is done with the eyes open. And you just need to deal with it and learn to go within even though the eyes are open. But until we get to that sort of sitting up top of a mountain, guru style, closing the eyes, I tell you, it helps me. Slowly, slowly release. And heading back to child's pose or downward dog. Or just wait for extra challenge. Heading back through plank. Lowering chaturanga. Inhaling up. And exhaling. Downward facing dog. When you're ready, preparing for the second side, the left foot steps forward. Back knee lowers down to your mat or blanket. And we'll begin. Same thing again. So trying to maintain that single pointedness. Breathing through the nose. Feeling the stretch. That's it. Softening and melting. And slowly, slowly, starting to come out. Take your time, take your time. And either just wait, or downward dog, or for that extra challenge, heading back through plank, lowering chaturanga. Inhale up, and exhale, downward dog. For our next stretch, Sphinx or seal. Coming onto the belly. And if Sphinx is enough, no need to push anything at all. In fact, that'll make things so much worse. So enjoy Sphinx if that's where we're at today. And enjoy seal if that's where you're at today. And if neither of those make you feel a stretch at all, then bringing some blocks so you can go a little bit higher. And when you're ready, heading in. Oops, not too far back. And just as always, melting into it. If at any point you need to come out, by all means, just do so really slowly and then hang out in your tummy for a little while. Or child's pose if that feels better. Otherwise, just relaxing into it. And to come out, slowly, slowly, release. And either just hang out here for a bit, or if child's pose feels better, go ahead and head into a child's pose. Either way, take your time, take your time, take your time. The back likes to move slowly, 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 slowly. If you feel like you need a little more time in neutral spine or in child's pose, go ahead and hang out there for a little bit. When you're ready, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. And then inhale, lifting up tall. Exhale, Forward fold, softening and melting. This is a good one to release the spine after a nice back bend, such as we did. Slowly, slowly, coming all the way up into Dandasana staff pose. And from here, we're ready for Shavasana, not child's pose, it's different than Shavasana. See how yin makes your brain go blah, and that's amazing and wonderful. Let's do Shavasana. Clearly it's time for Carla. So heading back. As always, if your back requires a little extra support today, keep those knees bent with the feet on the floor and allow the knees to tip in towards each other. Otherwise, extending the legs on the ground. Arms along your sides, palms facing up. Closing the eyes. Softening everything, everything. But especially through the neck and the shoulders and all the way down the arms. Letting the fingers softly curl. Softening through the face. Softening around the eyes. And even the muscle between the eyes. Just letting it all go. And as always, if you'd like to stay in Shavasana a little longer, feel free to do so. Otherwise, wiggling fingers and toes. And gently roll your head from side to side. And reaching your arms above head on the floor, give yourself a big stretch, feeling totally refreshed. And bending your knees in one at a time. Gently roll over to the right side and pause there for a few moments as you come back. And then slowly start to press yourself all the way up to a comfortable seated position, taking all the time you need. And when you arrive, palms facing up on the knees. Inhale, sitting up tall, and exhale, softly close the eyes. Taking those final moments to thank yourself for showing up to your practice today and taking care of you. And slowly open the eyes. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Have a really good rest of your day. Bye for now.